hickory-dickory-dock. Time to beat the clock. Time for fun has now begun. Let's all play Beat the Clock.
Beat the Clock is brought to you by Sylvania, a quality name in lighting, photo lamps, radio tubes, television, electronics.
Let's all play Beat the Clock.
Now, here is America's #1 clock watcher, Bud Collyer. See, everybody's trying it now. Well, at least we got our point over. We wanted to get our point over that it can be done and that it can be done within the amount of time. It's a lot of fun to practice it up here, and I know we've had the edge because we've been practicing, but tonight it's worth $3,200 to whoever gets it in there, and I hope it may be you. Anybody who's up here when that bell rings, they're the one to get to try it. Let's meet our first contestants tonight, Mr. and Mrs. John Hodges of Manhattan. Let's give them a hand of welcome. Now, let's see, Mr. and Miss Hodges. I see it says 222 Riverside Drive here in New York City, but I also see Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Now, what does that mean?
That's where we're originally from.
Oh, you're from Hattiesburg. You've been
Yes, sir.
transferred up here, have you?
Well, we came up here a little over a year ago, and I found it pretty nice.
Well, good for you. Nice to have you here. I see you have a family. Come on out here. Let's meet these two youngsters. Hi, young lady. Ladies first. Come on, you come out here first. What's your name?
Diane Hodges.
And how old are you?
8.
You're 8 years old. What did you almost say?
7.
Someone said 7. Were you just recently 8?
Yeah.
How long ago?
April the 19th.
April the 19th. Well, you're not very long at that, then. Let's meet your brother here. Come on out here, son. I bet they call you Red.
They sure do.
Yeah, I don't doubt that for a minute. Now, how old are you, Red?
7.
You're 7 years old. What are you going to be when you grow up, son?
Well, I think I'm going to be a fireman.
A fireman? Why would you like to be a fireman?
Because to put out fires and help people.
That's a good boy. I'll tell you, that's the right kind of an ambition. Now, look what we have here. Got that? We have here a Beat the Clock game for you and your family, and we have a clock in there and stunts that you can do just like we do here on the show. How do you like that? You can get these in the department stores, toy departments and toy stores. And also for each of you, right backstage after the show, we will have one of these Duoflex 3 Eastman Kodak cameras with a flash attachment and all these wonderful Sylvania flash bulbs with a blue dot for sure shot. Okay? All right, you get those backstage, but here you put this right over there and hang on to it after the show, if you will. Going to talk to Mother and Dad now and see what their problem is on the $100 clock. And you probably wonder why people think your husband doesn't look well in the clothes he wears. Well, we put that coat on him. That's not his own jacket. So will you both come out here with me, please? Now, let me see. Do you have a blouse on under that jacket? You don't. Well, this may present a little problem for you. I hope it won't, but I'll tell you what your problem is. Now, in this handkerchief pocket, we have put a handkerchief, you see? That goes in that pocket over there. Now, in this wallet pocket in here, we have a wallet. Belongs in that inside pocket. Handkerchief in the outside pocket, wallet in the inside pocket. Got it? Now, all I'm going to do is to hand you these one at a time. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
Right-handed. I'll give you this in your right hand. When I say go, you put it in the handkerchief pocket. Then you'll come around to the other side of your husband and take the wallet from me and reach over and put it in the wallet pocket. Got the idea? Take a look at the clock. See how many seconds you have. 50 seconds. You can only use the one hand. And the only thing I forgot to tell you was that you must go up the sleeve of the coat and across the outside and down into that pocket. The same way with the wallet. Got the idea? I hope these sleeves of yours won't interfere. I certainly hope they won't, but you try. Are you ready? Go. Don't touch with the other. Get right up there now. Take your time. Up you go. Across to this pocket. Come on. All right, you got that in. All right, get over here now. Double this up so it'll walk easier. Right up now. Way across to the other inside pocket now. Take your hand out of the way. You can't help it. That's a girl. Good for you. Stop the clock. You did it. All right, sir. You can sit back over there now, if you will. Well, you did it. I was afraid, maybe your jacket's there. Every time we tried it, we had somebody with bare arms, and I couldn't ask you to take that off, I gather. Well, how was that, kids? All right? That was really exciting, wasn't it? Now we're going to move along, of course, to another problem for Mother and Dad, and that'll be on the $200 clock. They've whipped the $100 clock to a... Hey, come out here a minute, son. He just got a look at his daddy as he came out. What'd you say to your daddy when he's dressed like that? What'd you just say to him?
I said, hello, clown.
He said, hello, clown, to his daddy. And his daddy, as a matter of fact, we're going to show your daddy something he's probably forgotten that you kids probably still know about. So if you'll come over here with me, I have a special soda fountain we've rigged up just for your father. Come on over here, Mr. Hodges, if you will. Bring out our special soda fountain, please. There we are. You never saw two prettier soda gals in your life, did you, huh? Step right up there between them, lucky you. And they're going to give you a shower cap to put on. And I'll show you why in just a minute. Thank you, Betty. Now, you have here in front of you 3 sodas, you see. Now, do you remember as a kid, maybe your kids do it now, when we used to, instead of sucking through the straw, we'd put the straw in our mouths, down the soda, and blow, and it would all bubble all over the place, and we get the dickens from our mothers and fathers. Remember? Right. Well, that's all you have to do. Notice the little black mark on the outside of each of those glasses? All you have to do is put the straw in your mouth, put it down the soda, blow like mad until enough has come out to bring it down to about that level in each glass. 1, 2, 3. Got the idea? All right, let's take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. You have 40 seconds. Oh, I've had that in my mouth. Give him a clean one, will you please? There we are. Special straw we have created just for you. Put it way down in the soda, blow like mad until enough comes out, and I'll watch it from the other side, okay? Are you ready? Go. Ah, boy. Good for you. All right, that one's out. Take the next one out. Way down in. A little more. Once more to that one. Okay, now the next one. Here we are. That's it. A little more. A little more. Atta boy! Stop the clock! Nice. Go. Come on out, Roxanne. Take a picture, if you will, of Mr. John Hodges. There we are. Thank you very much, Roxanne. The girls will get you all cleaned up, sir, and thank you very much for being such a good sport. As for you folks back here, not only are you kids going to have a camera, but I'm going to give this Kodak Duoflex 3 to your mom, because we've taken the first picture on there of your father, your husband, in that little outfit he just had on, and that'll be the first one there when you develop it, okay? All right, you set it right there. You can take it along with you when you go. Now, it comes your turn to carry on for the family, Miss Hodges. If you'll step up on this little platform here, right there, turn around and face the audience, and don't turn back again now till I tell you to. In back of you is our jackpot board. We put all the words of a famous saying or quotation up there, but of course we've mixed them all up. Now, you got to move them around on that board until they spell out that saying or quotation correctly in 20 seconds, and don't look until I say so. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. Okay, stop the clock. You got it. Heaven will protect the working girl. You did it, Mrs. Hodges. Come on back in, kid. Boy, you realize what Mom just did, huh? Do you realize what she just did? What'd she do? Huh? You know what clock she beat? She beat the jackpot clock. So let's see what she's won. Just take a look over here.
It's the Stratford with exclusive halo light around the 21-inch screen and with a great new photo power chassis. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Hodges. You have just won Sylvania's jackpot prize.
My congratulations to you, too. I hope you have many. That's the boy. I wish I could do it. Goodbye. Bye, kids. Goodbye. All right, Roxanne, whom do we have next?
Bud, I'd like you to meet Mr. and Mrs. Lewis McGee from Holland, Virginia.
Thank you very much, Roxanne. Let's have a welcome for Mr. and Mrs. McGee of Holland, Virginia. How are you, sir? Miss McGee, very nice to welcome you here tonight. Step in just a little closer now. We want everybody to hear what you have to say. You're from Holland, Virginia, and what do you do down there, Mr. McGee?
I'm the Baptist minister.
Oh, are you? How large a church do you have?
Well, we have about 300.
300. How many come every Sunday?
Well, we have around an average attendance in Sunday school of about 180.
Good. That's wonderful. What about the church itself?
Well, we've just completed a new addition to our church, which we all
He's
quite
hedging
proud
with
of.
me, isn't he? He's not telling me how many come on Sunday morning. Now, come on. How many come on Sunday morning on an average?
I think about 150.
Yeah. What happens to that other 150 all the rest of the year, do you suppose?
If you could tell me that, we would get along fine.
We sure would. Well, God bless you in the work you're doing. You have a daughter, I see. Is that her? How old is she?
She's 2.5
Two
years
and a
old.
half. Well, not just for her, but for you grown folks, too, is one of our Beat the Clock games. And I hope you have a lot of fun playing those stunts because they're created by the fellas that create them right on our show. I'll put it back down here for you and move you up now into your $100 clock, and it is a problem for you, Mrs. McGee. If you will come over here with me, I'll show you how it works. Thank you very much, Betty. Have a supply of pie plates here, you see. Now, just so they won't be too heavy for you, I'll put some of them down there. They're spares in case you get to where you need them. What you have to do, this is kind of an enlarged shuffleboard idea. A little bit different because you can't use one to knock the other. But what I'm going to do is to ask you when I say go to slide these pie plates down there one at a time, hoping that they will land beyond that white line and not fall off as that one did, you see? And you must get 3 of them clear of that white line and in that little green patch at the end. If they hit the line or if they come in the middle here, we'll pull them off and get them out of the way. Got the idea? Now, you have to do 3 of them, but just to show you that our heart's in the right place, I'm going to put that one back on there and leave it there for you. One is already done. Take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. 55. Are you ready? Go. Wait, let's stop now, Madeline. I have a little more gumption than that. That's the girl. That's 2 of them. All right, that's clear of the line. Don't hit the others with it. Get it. Yeah. Come on, keep going. You're doing fine. Oh, you did it! Stop the clock. Good for you. Hi. Oh, you can play a real shuffleboard. Come on back over here with your husband. Collect that kiss you're entitled to now because you work for the family. Now, you've gone through the $100 clock. Don't you wish passing the plate was that easy on Sunday morning? I tell you, to throw a few pie plates down and you wind up with $100. That'd be the right way to do it, wouldn't it? Well, I tell you, you've gone through the $100 clock, and your next promotion now, of course, is the $200 clock.
Direct.
Mr. McGee, I don't believe I asked you what you're doing up here in New York from Holland, Virginia.
We have been attending the Ministers' Conference, which is being held out at Union Theological Seminary here in New York City.
Is that conference along with educational things, too, or?
No, it's been concerned primarily with the ecumenical movement, or the World Council of Churches.
I see.
And their meeting, which will be held in Evanston next month.
Gee, that's wonderful. That keeps you kind of busy in your, what should be your time. The bonus! You get to try those 2 rare bonuses. Come on out here with me, if you will. Wow! All right, sir. Now, you know what the idea is? You have to put it on your head. You have to catch one of these toupees in. You have to catch the other one both so they are inside the top of the hat. I don't know if you watched the start of the show when I did it, but they both must be in there. You can't twist them around. You can't touch them with your hands. Put it on your head. Let's see what kind of a fit we got here. And take a look at the clock. See how many seconds you have. $55, and it is worth, sir, $3,200. Are you ready? Go. I'm sure glad I got a chance to show you I could do it before it was done right out from under me. That's all I got to say. Well, we have a little extra present for you. We're going to give you the 2 toupees. Thank you. We're also going to give you the top 2 checks. Thank you. And here is a blank check that will be made out to you and signed to your order for $3,200. God bless you, sir. I know it will. Gee whiz, it will a whole lot for both of you. Well, what a moment that was. 32 weeks that has been on our show, and people were saying it can't be done. It's impossible. Well, I tell you, you do the right kind of praying, you can do anything.
We've been doing it, too.
I'll bet you have. Well, now, let me ask you something. That's $3,200. What are you going to do with that money?
Well, I hardly know where to start. Certainly we will give our fortune to God, who I feel like thought to help make this possible. I will certainly pray that it may come true. And then there are other things due to being educated and whatnot, obligations which we have, which will come in an awful lot in our automobile.
Well, all I can say to you, sir, and your lovely wife, whatever use you put it to, I hope it brings you nothing but happiness. God bless you. We're awful happy that you did it. Believe me. Mighty happy for you. Well, you can hang those things up at home and show them how you did it now, you know, I tell you. Well, you still can go on now. That's a bonus, you know. You go on to the $200 clock. That's just extra. You can put the toupees and the hat down there with the game if you want to. And come on over here with me while we give you a little bit of another workout, if you will. Come on over here with me, Mr. McGee. Now, if you'll step right in there, where those records are. You see, we have here a little record player. Yeah. Now, you stand out there until I get this thing started. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to turn a switch. When I do, that record player will turn that stick around. When it starts around, you step in here and you start jumping rope. Pick up a record and toss it in that basket over there. As the next one comes around, jump over it again. Keep jumping over this thing until you have got 4 records in that basket. Now, they must be in the basket. Understand? I don't care if they break it. Now, just get them in that basket.
I got you.
Now, if that stick hits you at any time, we have to start the whole thing over again. Got it? Take a look at the clock. See how many seconds you have. 50 seconds. All right, sir. I'll start it. I'll tell you. Step back. Step back. I'll tell you. You have to run in. That's right. I'll tell you when. Are you ready? Yeah. Go. Jump it, boy. Jump it. One more. All right, stop the clock. I just hope you don't come down the aisle Sunday morning like that now. Well, that's wonderful. You've gone through the $100 and the $200 clock. Now comes your turn to pass the plate for the family. Suppose you step up here in this little platform, if you will. Mr. McGee, if you'll step down right over there. And in back of you now, Mrs. McGee, is our jackpot board with all of the words of a famous saying or quotation. They're all mixed up and out of order. You got to get them back in order in 20 seconds after I say go. Turn around, face the audience. Don't turn back till I tell you to. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. Oh, gee, I'm sorry you didn't beat the clock. The clock beat you. It's a famous old quotation that goes, friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. And your husband knew it all the time, was going crazy over there. But I want to tell you, you've done mighty well here tonight. Believe, what do you care about that? You got yourself $3,200 by beating our bonus, catching those wigs and a hat, and you have still beaten our $200 clock. So let's see what else you've won.
From the King Refrigerator Corporation, a 3/4 horsepower air conditioner with push-button weather control. Your King air conditioner, which is worth its weight in cold, will ensure you of cool, no-draft ventilation. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. McGee. In addition to your bonus prize, you have just won a Beat the Clock prize worth more than $200.
Congratulations to you. That's everything and the wonderful work you're doing. Sure will. You kiss that youngster of yours for me, will you? We're proud of you. Take all your loot along with you here now. You have to wait a minute, Roxanne, while I get the toupees and the hats and the game, and the camera's yours, too. You take that camera along. It's got a picture of you in there. All right, Roxanne, whom have we now?
Bud, I'd like you to meet Sergeant and Mrs. George Ean from Flushing, Long Island.
Well, thank you very much, Roxanne, and a welcome to our new contestants. How are you? Very nice to have you all here with us. It's the Marine Corps, I see. And how long have you been a member of the Marine Corps?
10.5 years, Bud.
So, in other words, you are a career man in the Marines, right?
Yes, sir. Good old 20.
I'm proud of you guys in uniform, believe me. What about children, Mrs. Ean?
We have one boy, 10.5 months.
How old?
10.5
10.5 months. He's too young to be watching the show yet, isn't he? Well, for you adults then and your friends, we have one of these Beat the Clock games, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Gee, wasn't that exciting when that... Everybody else biting their nails. I could have done that. Why didn't it stay on there till I got up there? Well, Mr. and Mrs. Ean, you can put that right down behind you there. You don't have to hold it. We have a problem for you on the $100 clock that I think you'll enjoy. If you'll both come over here with me, I'll show you what it is. Now, if you will step down to the far end of this little alley we've made between two ropes, and you stand at this end facing your wife, if you will, please, Sergeant. Now, you notice in front of you we made a little obstacle course of these little cups here. Now, what we're going to ask you to do, actually, I think these should be set up the other way, that way, because they'll tip over easy. It's all right for now, because we're going to change them anyway. I just want to show it to them before we blindfold you, because we're going to blindfold you, and then we're going to move these cups into different positions so that you don't take an advantage by seeing how they are now. Then you must pick your way carefully down until you meet and kiss without knocking over a single cup. You understand the problem? Now, if you knock over any cups, the girls will take you back to the start of the line again. Keep your blindfolds down. We'll rearrange them again, and you start again, okay? Let's take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. You have 55 seconds, all right? Blindfold them, if you will. A little askew there on the other side. Now, make it so when you can't see down below or anything else. Now, tell us when you can't see, okay? Can't see a thing. How about you? Can't see a thing even down, huh? All right, fine. Now, we'll do the rearranging, girls, if you will, please, and stand them on the bottom side so they will tip a little easier, if you will. That's the idea. Get them all set around in different ways than they were before. Different ways than they were before. That's the idea. Okay, now. All right. Are you ready? Careful. Go. Oh, a couple of cups went over. Back up again. We have to rearrange them again. I'm sorry. We'll just have to do it. Stand right there till we tell you to go again. That's the idea. Okay. All right. Are you ready? Go. Good for you. Stop the clock. Take the blindfolds off. Mrs. Dean, I'm awfully sorry that you had your blindfold on, because you should have seen your husband. You were walking along like this, you see, very carefully. He was going... I expect it reminded you of the obstacle course you've had in training, probably. Oh, well, I hope you enjoyed the laugh as much as we did. I got you through anyway, through your first clock, and we move you along now. You can breathe a little bit easier because time moves along that way from clock to clock. Each one gets a little more valuable than the other.
I had to wear glasses because my...
All right, Mr. and Mrs. Ean, you're going through the $100 clock. We have a problem in the $200 clock if you both come over here with me. You will stand right behind that little taboret, or small table, as we call it. If you'll come right up here, sir, you must remain behind this black line on the floor. You see it right here? Now, you take two of these cups, hold one in each hand. Your wife has a supply of china saucers here, and what we're going to do is have her toss them to you one at a time, and you are to catch them, one on there and another one on there. When you got one on each one, we'll stop the clock, and you'll beat the clock. And speaking of the clock, take a look at it and see how many seconds you have. 55. Okay, you right-handed?
Left-handed.
Left-handed. Any way you want. Are you ready? Go. Stop the clock just a minute. If I may suggest, however you would throw it, if you throw it a little high and kind of scale it, it'll come down from above a little more. You see, give him a little better chance at, see? That's the idea. Throw it from above. Okay, are you ready? Go. That's it. One. Attaboy! So there's always a way to do it, isn't there, huh? It's all in knowing how to talk it. All right, now it's your turn to try a jackpot clock, and time is running a little tight, so let's get you up there. Turn around and face the audience. Another saying or quotation mixed up behind you. Get it unmixed in 20 seconds. Don't look till I say. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. You got it. Faint heart never won fair lady. Congratulations. Give her a kiss. All right, she earned it. All right, now you have beaten our jackpot clock, so let's see what you've won. Just take a look over here.
This is the 21-inch Brookfield with halo light and such other exclusive features as photo power chassis. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Ean. You do have just won Sylvania's jackpot prize.
Congratulations to you, and the best of good luck. Hope you have many happy hours with your new Sylvania television set. Good night. Take your game along with you. Oh, no. Just as Roxanne was bringing out another contestant, our time ran out. That's all the time we have. I'm sorry. But, of course, you know, we got a job to do now. We got to find a new bonus to start. And a new one will start next week, starting this time at $500. So be watching and see what it is. No toupees, I'm sorry to say. Right now, this is Bud Collyer speaking for Sylvania, hoping that next time may be your time to beat the clock. Good night, everybody.
Goodson, Bill Todman production, produced in association with the CBS Television Network. Roxanne's Gone by Nat Kaplan. Beat the Clock is brought to you by Sylvania. This is Vern Bennett reminding you to tune in every week at the same time for Beat the Clock.